Welcome everyone, this is AndresRestart, and we finally made the move. Charmander's in shock, so he won't be talking for a while. But we made the move, we have a new job, that's why there haven't been too many videos lately. This is kind of a mess with getting everything together, there's still a lot to do. The setup's still not right either, we have a lot to work on. But we're moving forward. New beginnings are upon us, and with new beginnings come more announcements, more gaming news, more Nintendo news. And at the Game Awards, I'm expecting some more Nintendo news. So what sort of announcements could they be? Well, that's what we're here to talk about today. So this is a video about my predictions for Nintendo announcements at the Game Awards for 2019. So before we actually get started with my actual predictions for Nintendo announcements at this year's Game Awards, I think we should first talk about why I expect there to be announcements by Nintendo at the Game Awards and how many there could be. So for the why, basically just because the last few years, that's what's been happening. During this entire Switch era, Nintendo has had quite a presence at the Game Awards, and I don't expect this year to be any different. Now, in terms of how many things we could see be announced at the Game Awards, kinda hard to say, because if you look at 2017, we got Bayonetta 1 and 2, and then Bayonetta 3 with its actual reveal / teaser trailer, and then a trailer for the Champions Ballad DLC for Breath of the Wild. That was a lot. But if you look at last year, we only got Joker from Persona 5 in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is an awesome announcement, but it was just one announcement. Just one character for the Smash DLC was announced last year at the Game Awards. Now, while that may be what actually happened, it was expected that we would see some sort of a Metroid announcement last year, but that didn't happen. It was heavily rumored, many people believed it was going to be there, myself included. We even had Reggie with the whole Metroid shirt thing. They had a picture together before the Game Awards, where like they were planning something together, they had a picture of that. And then he was wearing another Metroid shirt at the Game Awards. Or rather, to be specific, he was wearing a Ridley shirt from Smash Bros., which was for both Smash Bros. And Metroid, yet there was nothing Metroid at the Game Awards. A common theory, which I might believe, is that there was a plan to have Metroid at the Game Awards, but once Nintendo saw what was going on with Metroid Prime 4, they had to completely change their actual plan with developing that game. They had to restart development with Retro Studios, so they pulled showing off Metroid Prime 4, and as a result of delaying Metroid Prime 4, they also had to delay Metroid Prime Trilogy HD, so neither of those Metroid games were shown off at the Game Awards, while there may have actually been a plan at some point to have them there. And that could explain why there weren't too many Nintendo announcements at the Game Awards. It's also possible that they thought just Smash Bros. Was enough. Smash Bros. Is a really big deal, so I can understand that. But either way, if I had to make a prediction, which is what I'm doing, I'm making a prediction, I think there's going to be two announcements to sort of focus on here. Now, what could those announcements be? There are certainly some possibilities. One is Metroid. Metroid would be a great fit to be shown off at the Game Awards. However, as we just mentioned, Metroid Prime 4's development was completely restarted, so I don't expect that to be revealed anytime soon. I do have this sneaking suspicion that it might be a little bit further into development than what we may have been led to believe, and that it could maybe be teased at E3 2020, but that's E3 2020, and that's a tease, and that's me being optimistic. So in other words, I just don't expect it to show up at the Game Awards, but it's not impossible. Well, it might be, I'm not sure, but I'm bringing it up because it might be possible. Another possibility could be Super Mario Odyssey. I actually made a video a few months ago talking about the possibility of Super Mario Odyssey 2 being in development. I think it was fairly compelling and convincing. You might believe so as well, so maybe you want to check out that video once you're done with this one. I'll put it in the description, in the eye, and the end screen, you can check it out if you want to. But anyway, perhaps Mario Odyssey 2, or a new big Super Mario game, could be revealed at the Game Awards. I think it's possible. A new 3D Mario is a hardcore enough game to be fitting to be revealed at the Game Awards, I think. But at the same time, considering how big of a deal Mario is, maybe it would be too big of an announcement. Maybe they would want to save it for another time. To me, I feel like Super Mario Odyssey, a sequel to it, would make more sense to be revealed in either a major January Nintendo Direct, or E3. It's possible that they do reveal Mario Odyssey at the Game Awards, but I'm just not banking on it. My gut is suggesting something else. Now, one more option before we get into my actual predictions is Bayonetta 3. Bayonetta 3 was teased a couple years ago at the Game Awards. Maybe this time we finally get some actual gameplay. I think that's possible, for sure. It makes sense, it could happen. 2020 seems like a good time to come out with Bayonetta 3, so you would have to imagine that if Bayonetta 3 is coming out in 2020, which is not confirmed yet, then maybe it's time to start showing off gameplay, and showing off gameplay for the first time at the Game Awards, where it was initially revealed a couple years ago, is very fitting, and it's definitely the right audience. So that could definitely happen. So while I think Mario Odyssey and Bayonetta 3 would make sense to be shown off at the Game Awards, I just think there are two other things that make even more sense, which is why I'm predicting them over Mario Odyssey or Bayonetta 3, or really anything else. So the first one is more DLC for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Why? Well, one, Terry Bogard is coming out in November. It may be really early November, it may be really late November, or mid-November, hard to say, but either way, Terry Bogard is slated to come out in November, leaving one more character for the Smash Ultimate Fighters Pass. There's more DLC coming beyond the Fighters Pass, but we still haven't even gotten the 5th character revealed yet, so if Terry Bogard's coming out sometime in November, then it would make sense to have the final character of the Fighters Pass revealed at the Game Awards, which is the beginning of December. That's what makes the most sense to me. It's possible that there could be a Nintendo Direct in November, and maybe that's where they reveal the final character for the Fighters Pass, but honestly, I just don't think there's really any reason to have a major Nintendo Direct in November at this point. Most of the major games for Nintendo have already come out. The only thing left is really Pokemon Sword and Shield. Luigi's Mansion 3 is going to be out around the time this video is going to be published, so there will not be a Direct for that game, leaving just Pokemon Sword and Shield. And the way they're handling media for that game, it doesn't look like there's going to be a Direct for that either. There's already been 2 of them this year. They'll just drop a few more trailers and then the game is going to come out. That's pretty much how it's going to go, I'm pretty sure. So if that's the case, there is no more major Nintendo games to come out in 2019 that could be featured in a major Nintendo Direct. Which tells me that there won't be a big Nintendo Direct until 2020. So if that's the case, really, that just leaves the Game Awards as the most appropriate time to reveal a Smash character, and that's why I expect the final character for the Fighters Pass to be revealed. Now, again, I could be wrong, maybe the 5th character will be revealed earlier, sometime in November, and if that's the case, I still think there will be DLC revealed at the Game Awards because we know more DLC is coming after the Fighters Pass. So either way, I expect DLC for Smash Bros. To be shown off, at least one more character, no matter what. I feel really confident in saying that. And one more reason why I think it's really likely, besides the fact that DLC happened last year and we should be expecting another DLC announcement around this time, is because Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is going to be nominated for the Game Awards. It could potentially be a Game of the Year candidate. It will very likely be a Best Fighting Game of the Year candidate. So it's going to be featured at the Game Awards as a nomination for sure. And if it's going to be a nomination, it makes sense to have some sort of announcement tied into that game as well at the Game Awards. So there are several reasons why it makes sense for there to be a Smash Ultimate DLC announcement there. So I feel really confident in saying there's going to be something about Smash at the Game Awards. Who could it be? I have no idea, but you know I want Geno and Rex and Pyra, but it could just be a major third-party character, maybe Doom Guy, maybe Leon S. Kennedy. And actually, hey, if for whatever reason it turns out to be Leon S. Kennedy as the final character for the Fighters Pass, it would also be great timing to also announce a Resident Evil 2 remake port for the Nintendo Switch. That would be awesome. But on to my final prediction. If we look at the history of Game Awards and Nintendo trailers and announcements there is one game that really sticks out. Breath of the Wild. It's been featured multiple times, and I think this time it will happen again, because guess what, guys? Breath of the Wild 2 is on the way. And not only is it on the way, in my opinion, it's coming really soon. I think it's coming out holiday 2020. Now that's not confirmed yet. I actually have a video on why I think it's coming out holiday 2020, so you can check that out as well. But I believe there will be an actual gameplay trailer for Breath of the Wild 2 at the Game Awards, and there will be a confirmation that the game is coming out in 2020. So those are my predictions. A Smash DLC character will be announced at the Game Awards, and Breath of the Wild 2 will get a gameplay trailer with an actual confirmation of a 2020 release. That's what I think. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, everyone, this is AndresRestart. If you love Nintendo content, please make sure you are subscribed. Leaving a like would be greatly appreciated, and I'll see you all really soon. Take care. Bye.